Welcome to the Crystal Self-Healer Podcast. I'm Carissa Weaver. On this podcast, we blend the magic of crystals with the science of psychology to help you break free from chaos, ditch the overwhelm, and master your emotions so you can have more energy, get more done, and feel better every day. Get ready to unlock your intuition and restore your true power as we cover how you can transform your life using crystals and self-awareness. Are you ready to get started? All right, let's go. Many of us start working with crystals in a very unintentional, intentional way, meaning we actively go out and gather crystals because the metaphysical properties address an issue we identify as something we want to fix, or we just love the crystal and have to have it. We intentionally collect the crystals, but we don't often associate a specific task to the crystals. That is the unintentional part. And don't get me wrong, there is nothing wrong with that. The greatest thing about working with crystals is that they do their work whether we are consciously aware of it or not. They hold their vibe, sending it out into our space, whether we do anything with them or not. But when we are interested in taking their power to the next level, a great way to do that is to program your crystal for manifesting. What does it mean to program your crystal for manifesting? Simply put, programming your crystal is the act of giving your crystal a job or a task, and you wanting to utilize the energy of the crystal to help you create that desired end result. It's the practice of aligning the energy of the crystal with the intention you hold in order to create it in your world and manifest it into being. And just like anything else you do with crystals, it can be the most simple and basic thing to the most elaborate and intricate process that you feel called to do. Personally, I go for simple and basic any day over elaborate and intricate, but they both have the same potential to get you manifesting. Later, I'm going to share a 3-step process that I use to program my crystal for manifesting, but I want to cover a few things before we do that. And as I just indicated, your crystals do their thing whether you interact with them or not. So why would you program your crystal? The act of programming your crystals aligns the crystal to your specific intention, providing you with an opportunity to purposefully take charge of your energy, emotions, and well-being. Chances are, if you've been bringing crystals home into your life, you've been unconsciously attempting to program your crystals by placing them in desired areas within your home or carrying them with you as you go about your day. What takes this simple act up a notch is that when you couple it with a very clear intention, you are telling the universe that you are serious, that you are ready for business. And that's when things start to shift. So now I'm sure you're curious, what is it that makes programming work? First, it helps you get specific on the one thing you are wanting to achieve. It's hard to do all the things and get them done and do them well. And that goes for working with our crystals, to learning everything out there in the world, or even balancing life and work. By picking the one result you want to create and staying with that one thing helps you get that desired result more efficiently. By no means am I saying you need to abandon all your other goals. Just know that the more goals you hold, the longer and more challenging it may be. Programming your crystals opens you up to autonomy and synchronicity. When you're focused on your one thing, you're setting your brain up to find all the supporting evidence that that thing is true, that it is out there in the world and it is coming to you for you. You're reinforcing what you want to create. You're seeing all the places it's showing up. You're reveling in your own power to create the life you desire and achieve your desired end results. Program Your Crystals also helps you build resilience. The universe loves to show you all the spaces you need to heal. When you show the universe that you are ready to evolve, it will bring all the things into your awareness, all the blocks, all the hurts, all the trauma that need healing. Programming a crystal creates an opportunity for you to come back to your intention again and again along your journey, so you get to commit and recommit to your desired end result each time you get off track or experience a failure. So I'm confident that you're going to be asking, is there a best crystal for programming? And truth be told, you can program almost any crystal you want to work with, but some will be more readily available to support you than others. Here's what I mean by that. If you choose to work with a crystal that has a set vibration, like pyrite, it's going to really boost and amplify the energies it holds that are in alignment with your intention. But if the energy of the crystal you program doesn't complement the intention you hold, you'll be trying to get conflicting things to not conflict. Like trying to get water and electricity to work together, but not shock or kill you along the way. For this reason, I would recommend anyone to use clear quartz as their go-to crystal to program. And then you can place it inside a crystal grid if you want to bring in supporting energies of additional crystals. Now, there are a couple of reasons why clear quartz is a perfect crystal for programming. First, it's known for its piezoelectric properties, its abilities to generate and accumulate an electric charge resulting from pressure and latent heat. Second, it's known for its ability to release this electric charge in a regular, stable, and repeating pattern, which is why we use quartz to regulate watches. Third, it's known for its ability to hold information, also known as programming. This has long been a metaphysical property of quartz, but there is a modern application of this with scientists using lasers to embed data inside quartz crystal slices. Some of this research has been done by Hitachi and uses a technique to embed data using a 5-dimensional optical data storage method to store or hold the information, which they believe can hold data for billions of years. We'll see how that works out. And this brings me to a crystal that holds some lore that is all of this combined, and that is the story of Lemurian quartz. So let's tell you this little story. We've all heard about the lore of Atlantis, the lost civilization that was technically advanced in so many ways. Well, there is another lost civilization that was advanced in its emotional intelligence, and that was Lemuria. It is said that when this civilization was experiencing its catastrophic end, that the people programmed their knowledge into quartz crystals that were to resurface when the world was ready or needed the information that they had to share. The fun part of this is that a Lemurian crystal has ridges and striations, much like a barcode on the side. And these ridges are deep enough that you can feel them with your fingers. So, really fun. So now that we've done a little detour into some folklore, let's talk about what to look out for when you are programming your crystal for manifesting. If you are using a crystal other than clear quartz, select one that has metaphysical properties that support or align with the intention you want to hold and carry. So if you are wanting to break addictions or bad habits, you could use amethyst. If you're looking for love and compassion, you could use rose quartz. If you're wanting to ground and release negativity, you could use smoky quartz. If you're interested in amplifying your creativity, you could use carnelian. And if you desire to make things happen in your life and manifest, you can use citrine. Purposefully, I've referenced crystals that are all quartz based because of the underlying properties of quartz and its programmability. But there is nothing stopping you from using tiger eye or blue kyanite or malachite, depending on your desired end result. As long as the properties of the crystal support and align with your intention, that's basically all you need to look out for. So now you may be wondering, how often do you need to program your crystals? And there is no one-size-fits-all answer here. There are a few things you may want to consider. If you have a long-term goal or ongoing challenges, reprogramming your crystal will give you an opportunity to check in and realign with your intention. If you have a lot of tension, changes, or transitions happening in your life, you may want to consider reprogramming your crystal, as it will give you an opportunity to create some stability and quiet time to focus on your intention. If you're finding your interest or commitment to your desired end result is waning, you may want to reprogram your crystal so that you can reinvigorate your commitment to your goal. If you've achieved your desired end result, you may be ready to reprogram your crystal with your next goal. At the end of the day, find a routine and practice that resonates with you so that you feel drawn to come back to it over and over again as you manifest your desired end result. I like to use the moon phases, especially the new moon, as my marker for when I review my progress and plan my action steps. If you're interested in joining me and other highly sensitive and crystal-loving women in sacred space and ritual, sign up for the monthly Crystal Witch New Moon Ritual using the link in the show notes. You can expect to learn about the moon phase and its energy, crystal recommendations that align with the moon phase, a guided meditation to help you get clarity and support from your higher self around your intention, as well as a card reading. If this sounds good to you, I'd love to have you join me for the next ritual. Now, when you're starting to program your crystal for manifesting, there are no specific rituals that you need to follow, other than some things that you may see as food for thought that you can consider when creating how you will program your crystal. Is your crystal in a state of its most pure vibration? If no, then cleanse, clear, and charge your crystal using your preferred method. Are you clear on the one thing you want the crystal to assist you with? If not, spend time getting clarity and whittle down all the things you want to do or achieve to the one you really want to focus on right now. Is your vision clear about the desired end result and what it will look like when you achieve it? If no, maybe use a guided meditation or some visualization to help you as you're programming your crystal. Is the feeling of your desired result emanating from a specific place in your body? If yes, maybe use that area of your body to connect the feeling of your desired end result to the crystal when you're programming it. If you want to invoke the piezoelectric properties of clear quartz, then maybe consider applying pressure to your crystal as you visualize and set your intention. So to give you a jumping off point for how to program your crystal for manifesting, here is a 3-step process that I use that you can use as a template. Feel free to bring in more elements that speak to you and customize it in a way that makes it personal for you. 1. Select and cleanse your crystal. clear quartz or crystal with supporting energies to your intention. We talked about it a minute ago, but ultimately pick your crystal and make sure that it's resonating and vibrating in its most pure vibration. 2, program. Spend some time thinking about your desired end result, what it is, how it will feel when you achieve the goal, what your life will be like, using visualization or meditation as part of this step. Once you've done this, store your crystal in a safe place where it won't be knocked or bumped unnecessarily, or use it as part of a crystal grid with additional crystals to support the intention. 3, review your progress and reprogram as necessary. Life is going to happen. We're going to get busy. We're going to get distracted. We're going to come against hurdles and barriers. This step gives us the opportunity to reconnect, recommit to achieving our goal, and getting our desired end results in life. Now that you know the basics of how to program your crystal for manifesting, I hope you create the great things in your life that you dream of achieving. This episode has been brought to you by Lemurian Quartz and Piezoelectric Properties. May we all tap into the emotional intelligence of the world as we transform pressure into great things in our lives. Blessed be, my friends. All right, my friends, that wraps up this week's episode. Thank you for joining me here today on the Crystal Self-Healer podcast. If you haven't already, hit subscribe, leave a review, and take the What Crystal is Best for You quiz linked in the show notes. Join me again next week as we continue to demystify crystals, how your brain works, and how you can use them so you can have more energy, get more done, and feel better every day.